Let's see, Thursday, our pink night, that was a really fun game. Our focus pretty much the whole weekend actually was, I think, our defense and kind of staying consistent with that. And our pink game was a big one. We had a little bit more to play for, and it was good. We had a great crowd there, so we really tried to step it up that game, and we played really well together as a team, and I think that was good for us. And then Saturday against Concordia, we kind of had the same idea as far as game plan. You know, we just wanted to step out and kind of get a good lead at the beginning and jump on top of them, and I think we did pretty well with that, and our defense has kind of been pulling us together, and I think that's what's going to also help next week as well. Well, our defense really, it sets the tone for our entire game. I think, you know, if we're not having a good game offensively, then that's when our defense comes in, and that's when we really have to step it up because, you know, the shots don't always go in and you can't guarantee anything on offense. And so defense is really the only thing you control in the game. And so when we can control our defense, then I think that that's when we really, you know, we take control of games and we start winning when we have a good defensive game. Well, I think a big thing for us is in practice this week before we leave. That's going to be what sets the tone for our games. And so if we have good practices this week, then it'll help us to show up in the game. And like I said, the offense, it'll come as long as we have the defense flowing. So we'll see how it goes. I think that the captains right now have really been stepping up, and they've shown a lot of good leadership. Alicia, Monica, and Janelle, they've done a great job these last few weeks, and I think that towards the end of the season, that's when it gets really tough, and they've done a great job of stepping up and leading this team, and I think their experience has really helped us out a lot, so hopefully they continue that. Well, last year it was a big wake-up call, and so that year under my belt, it's a lot of hope actually, and so I'm feeling a lot more confident and comfortable out on the court, and I think I want the ball a lot more, and so it'll really help me out in these games to come. You know, both teams have some girls that can score, and they can score a lot, and I think that our goals defensively are going to be to really limit the impacts of those players and kind of shut their main scorers down, and then we can go from there. So that'll be a big focus, and I think that our scouting will come into play a lot, and so if we scout these teams properly, then we'll do a great job.
Right. I think our Think Pink night turned out really well. We went earlier in the week to go meet with all the breast cancer survivors, and then they all ended up coming to the game. So that was awesome, and they were all wearing their pink shirts and all dressed in pink. So it was awesome to see them there supporting us just like we went and supported them on Monday. So yeah, and then we ended just playing really well, and I know last year we didn't play well on our Think Pink night, and that really sucked, so we were not going to let that happen again. So to come out, and I think we were just really prepared for Western Oregon. We knew that they can be a dangerous team, and so we just knew what we needed to get done during the week, and it really paid off during the game. So. Yeah, I think that game our seniors just really stepped up and just leaded us really well that game. They both had probably, I would say, their best games of the season. They played phenomenal. So that was really awesome to use their energy towards your own, you know, and just kind of play off of them and play for them, especially since it was such a special night for them. So yeah, it was awesome to get that win against Concordia. I mean, they can also be very dangerous. Any team in our GNAC, in the GNAC, can be very dangerous. So. Yeah, this week is very important, not only for our seeding in the tournament, but just to get 2 more wins. Yeah, Simon can be very dangerous. They have all those quick guards that can make threes as well as drive, and then they do have the 2 6'2" posts that obviously outsize us. So yeah, they can be very, very dangerous if they get hot and if they get going, and especially since they're going to be on their home court, it's going to be a tough one. It's always tough to win on the road with that long of a trip, where fly to Seattle and then drive to Canada, and you know, there's just so many factors that come into play. But I think our preparation this week is what really matters. Just preparing today at practice, and then Wednesday and Thursday on our practices over there. I think it's really important we get some stuff done and figure out what we need to do to be able to beat this team again, and then after we win that one, we'll move on to Western Washington, coming back into the States to play. But yeah, I think that one's just as important. Once again, it's another GNAC game. Another win can keep us at that top seeding position. The number 2 seed is what we want. So just keep working for that position and keep trying to get wins. Definitely against Western Washington. I wouldn't say, I mean, we were at kind of an advantage. They just lost their starting player, weren't really sure, or their starting best player all around, weren't really sure what to do. And so I think that in the end that did help us, but I think we also came out and no matter if they would have had their starter that night or not, we played really, really great defense. And so I think either way we would have came out with the win, but coming back on it, like they've settled in now, they have their starter back, like everything's kind of flowing for them right now. And so we just want to get them off that track and hopefully get that win against them. So I think that's one of the best qualities of our team this year is we may, like people say, we may not be the most like talented team in the GNAC or have some like all-star players and stuff, but we definitely get in there and we get it done and we learn our scout and we play good defense, you know, and we do all the little things to make up to get that win at the end, to be that team that comes out on top. And I think especially this week, everyone's a little bit stressed out, you know, with like missing school the next 3 weeks, and it's kind of just all starting to pile up. But I think one of the best things about this team is we all just rely on each other, and we turn to each other if we need help, you know, or if we're having a tough time. So I think that definitely out on the court, these next two games, we're going to have to rely more on each other than we have. So.
Both games were very special. It was really nice to have a Root Sports home game, and it was also combined with our 10th annual Pink game. We had a tremendous crowd that night, and it was an excellent game environment, and I thought we played a very good overall game, got off to a great start, and withstood a big rally by them in the third quarter, and then finished off a good win over Western Oregon. And then Saturday was special as well, doubleheader with the men's team, and it was senior night, and thought we played again pretty consistently and solid throughout. And our seniors both had very good games on an emotional night, so I was really proud of both Janelle and Monica. And to end the home season, it seems a little early, but we're going to have to hit the road and move on there. But overall, last week was a great one. Well, I think we're just going to have to rely on really what we've done in the past, and as far as the time, there just isn't a lot of time to prepare. So you'll look at your last game against them, probably make a couple minor changes. Both teams, I would think, would do that, but it's been approximately a month, and you just have to be ready to play and adjust. We'll be on the road for 3 straight weeks and we're playing 4 of the top 6 teams in the league the next 2 weeks, and then it's nice that we've already qualified for Lacey, but we'd sure like to improve our position by playing well over the next 2 weeks. But it's going to be a tremendous challenge for our players, just the 3 weeks in a row of traveling. But that's just the way the schedule worked out this year, and rather than complain about it, you need to make the most of it. Well, they're probably the top 3-point shooting team in the conference. They have multiple shooters out there, so you have to defend the 3. You're not going to stop all of them, but there are times when that they can go off and get double figures in 3-pointers. Heck, I believe Homer once had 12 herself. So when they're shooting the 3 ball, very good. They're very hard to defend. So that has to be a mindset for our players. And then Saturday, you're playing against a very balanced Western Washington team that's been playing extremely well. And you're just going to have to play a complete game against either of those teams to win at their place. But it's a opportunity we're looking forward to. Well, I think they have to set the tone with whether it's practice, team meetings, etc., that they are prepared for them and take them very seriously. And I think they've been doing a wonderful job of that. They want to end on their careers on a high note. I think they're playing as good a basketball as they have all year on an individual means, and then that transcends to the rest of our players who want to play for them. I think we have a really nice chemistry about our team, and we just want to continue to grow and not be satisfied with where we're at. We want to improve. I think they just need to focus on their own games and not try to do too much. I think we can all communicate well. I think we can all defend hard, do the little things on defense. And then offensively, they have to play within themselves. They don't need to try to be somebody they're not. Trust one another. And if we're in the right places defensively, I think that will help a lot. And then offensively, you need to take that shot when it comes to you, and really just enjoy the rest of the season. The games do get more important. There's more pressure on you, but at the same time, that's something that we've strived for all year, and we need to enjoy that moment.